La la la. La. Hello, happy Sunday. It is I, your host, Pogo Kiddo, with yet another informative, inspiring episode of Redstone Lapis Lazuli. Hello, yes. What happened to my Minecraft, dude? It was just... Oh, wait. Ah, there it is. Hey. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday morning. It is I, your host, Pogo Kiddo. Yes. I am here standing in a funny... This is just funny to me because I'm looking at it. Hold on. You know what? This needs to be on this side. There we go. All right, because I'm looking at it, and like over here is is your ice, and then right next to it is your desert. What's the deal, yo? How can you have ice right next to desert? How does that work? How can you do that? And then I checked out the weather forecast. Well, that's how. Because you have the coast 60 or 61, and then right inside you it's 101. That's how you do it. It looks like the Pacific Northwest is about to get its second 1,000-year heat wave in 2 months. So yeah, I thought that was a fun little thing in Minecraft. When I first saw this in Minecraft, I was like, how lame is this? How stupid is this? Now I get it. Okay. I am standing... What am I standing on? Well, over there's the gold farm. So, and down there, oh look, there's little people in there. Let's go look up from a distance. Hi. Why? It's a floating egg! A floating egg! How is it doing that? How is it defying the laws of gravity? Well, in Minecraft, gravity works a little bit different. If it can even be called gravity. Okay, let's see. This is a village breeder. This is what this does. There's 2 beds for each of the parents. And the parents are formerly cured patients, zombies that I found in the desert. So I found them wandering the desert in their awful state of zombiehood. I saw they were fixable, curable, and I cured them. Yay! They're cured. And then I put them up here in this egg of safety egg, where I gave them plenty of food, plenty of food. So, you know, and here because they're villagers, they don't have the same awareness that I do. So, to the villagers, these trap doors are solid blocks. So the villager can't go this way, and the villager thinks this is a no hole there because there's a trap door. You see the trap door? They think it's always like that, no matter what. What happens here is that they cannot come this way because they're too tall, right? I can't come this way. But their kids can come through this way. But they'll only go as many as they have beds. So I have to break the beds in order for them to make new stuff. Here, let me see what I can ditch here. I was working on stuff, trying to get it to work. It's frustrating. What can I ditch? Here, that one. Just go away for now. I have lots of bundles of little bits of stuff. Okay, close enough. See how they reattach. I broke their bed and they reattach to another bed. But I'm going to break that bed too. Because the goal is somewhere down there is where I keep all the villagers. The babies. So all the beds are broken. Now there's no village here. So what I'm gonna, oh wait, they made a a kid real quick, and he's gonna run down there as soon as I put a bed down, right? Because he wants to jump on a bed. That's what kids do. They want to jump on beds. So watch, I'm gonna put a bed down. Look at kid, there's a bed. There's another bed, kid. Come on. Oh. So now all these extra beds, the villagers are gonna see these extra beds, and they're gonna make babies to fill these extra beds. I mean, it's pretty inelegant. I will give you that. It's not elegant at all. I'm kind of like upset by it because I have to work so hard. It should be automatic, but it's not. Here, I'm going to sleep real quick. Oh, I can't. But yeah. So these guys are trying to get to the beds, but they can't because it's blocked. It's nighttime. They're like, we're tired. We want to sleep. Look, our beds are right there, but the stupid block is in the way. Like, what's the deal? Well, there's a trapdoor in your way. That's the deal. But you don't know that. You don't know that. How can you know that? Like, you're just a villager. How can you be expected to know that? The very parameters of the game have made it so that it's invisible to you, that you can't possibly know it. So that you think things are fine. It takes someone outside your system to understand that no, things are not fine. But you can't know that. So, all right. So here we go. It's daytime now, right? All these beds, they need to fill the beds. So they have food. They should be like full of love. They might have burned all the food already. Hold on. All right, let's see. Fortune to get max yield. So this guy's pretty good at picking the crops as soon as they're ready. I should have brought bone meal. Well, anyways, trust me. What happens is they make love. They have babies. The babies come to jump on the beds, but of course there's a hole there. So the babies fall in the hole and they go down there 100 blocks. They go down 100 blocks, so they de-link from their beds up here. So these guys can keep making new babies. But the problem is they don't de-link from the bed. I have to keep breaking the bed so they keep making new babies. So I've done that a bunch. And here's the end result. Ugh. I've done that a bunch. I did, seriously. Look at this, right? It's a lot of work. I mean, you got your kids still in there that need to grow up. But even though they're 100 blocks away, they still link to their beds. So it's annoying. Anyways, my idea was to make an elevator right up here, straight up, not the stupid janky staircase, but a water elevator, to bring them straight up, and then send them off to wherever I want to take them. So then my idea was, hey, why don't I make a village trading hall right here? I was all about it. I made the design and everything. Come to find out, the design I picked only works in Java. It doesn't work in what's it called? I mean, I guess it could. All you gotta do is make this into a solid block and then a platform, and then I just gotta wire it to go back up and around. All right, so the idea was to have all the villagers standing right here, and then have behind them a zombie wandering, so I could like make them turn into zombies whenever I want and then cure them, so I can get the discount. But it turns out that's impractical. It's not going to work. And I got to fix this design. And I think I can do it. I just saw how I can do it. I got to replace this observer with nothing, and put a solid block down there, and then make a line go up. And it's real simple like thing. In fact, I don't even think here. Hold on. I don't even think villagers can even go through. If you extend it, yeah. So the idea, so in Java, what happens is this piston would push out the stair and then leave it out there. The stair would be stuck out here, and the piston would retract. And then the villager would walk through, fall through the hole, and then hit the observer to fire the piston, which would retake the staircase and pull it back to make a solid block here again to walk over. But Java has that feature of leaving blocks behind, whereas Bedrock does not. So I have to remake this, and it's not going to be that hard. I mean, kinda. It's a pain in the butt, but whatever. I just gonna need a different design, or I just can do it not here. I can go do it over there. But the whole reason why I want to do it here is because you get a whole bunch of experience right here. I get all my experience from the gold farm. Then I use my I'm gonna make an enchanting station so I can make books and stuff, and then do trading with villagers, so I can do all. If I die, basically it's a one-stop place to go to remake all my gear. If I die, I'll have a bunch of guys here. Like, this will be basically the reincarnation ship. Is what I'm making. I'm making a reincarnation ship, okay? One place I go, if I die, and to get all my enchantments back, all my levels back, all my gear back, everything back. One place. But it's a bunch of work, and it's different for Java than it is for Bedrock. So me having to negotiate the differences is a bunch of work, and like, it's annoying. Because I've done this, I keep switching back and forth between Java and Bedrock, and everything looks the same, but it's different because the mechanics are different. So everything you do is different. Like, this is unnecessary in Java. I could have made all this stuff. I could have made this back in my base in Java. You know, the gold farm I could not make in Java. I'd have to make a different kind of gold farm. And it would still work, and it'd still be good. It'd just be a different kind. And then this poor village is utterly just not here anymore. No one lives here anymore. So I want to use the village breeder to transport a bunch of villagers over here and repopulate this village. Why should it be an empty village? Right? Everyone's dead. It's awful. So let me go remake this village. I have these ideas, but I've been a little bit burned out, you know? I burned a bunch of energy trying to figure out how to make the village breeder and the village trading hall. But I didn't understand what I was making, right? I didn't come up with the concept of a resurrection ship until just now. It just dawned on me, wait a minute, that's what the Cylons did. I can do that. And I like my little egg here in the desert. Like, there's no water, so you get you get your water from trees, cactuses. Yay! But it's a little desert. It's not a very big desert. And then I can make this into like a curing station. Two more here. Two more to cure. I mean, I can, yeah. Anyways, that's what I've been doing. Hanging out, making villager babies for the resurrection ship. And researching designs. Okay, enough of the Minecraft, right? What else have we got going on? I want to talk a little bit more about Max Weber. So Max Weber was a German philosopher, and he came up with the idea of the Protestant work ethic. Because like in Europe, remember, in Europe they had this big fight over religion, over religion. Basically, so oh man. So there was Jesus. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Christianity here for a bit. So in the beginning, and like what this is all based off was a guy named Jesus was alive. He was born. He said a bunch of stuff. He died. According to Christianity, he was resurrected, said a bunch of stuff, and then went to heaven. So they made, and then after that, a guy named Peter made a church based off of based off this guy named Jesus, who died, who fulfilled all the prophecies, died, was resurrected, and then went to heaven. So the church that Peter made, it was like the only church. That was it, right? That was the only that was it. Okay. Then and what happened? Who killed Jesus? Rome. Rome killed Jesus. That's the deal. Well, a bunch of stuff started happening in Rome that like the society started breaking down. So in order to like, I don't know who, I think it was Constantine who did it. But if Constantine did it, that means it was done in Constantinople and not in Rome. So anyways, the Roman Empire like split apart at one point. It was in Rome, right? The whole Roman Empire. But after the death of somebody, I forget who, of an emperor, the empire was too big. So it split into two, into the Western Empire and the Eastern Empire. And then the Western Empire fell. So Rome was only the Eastern Empire. And that's called, and that it was based on Constantinople, which is now modern day Istanbul. And it was like basically the spiritual successor to the Roman Empire in Constantinople. It was but they call it the Byzantine Empire, even though it was the extension of the Roman Empire. And it converted to Christianity. So which means they had to rewrite stuff and say that Rome did not kill Jesus, because how could you make Christianity the state religion if the state murdered the Messiah of the religion? How could you do it? So they changed it. They changed the book. They changed it. And they said, no, Rome didn't kill Jesus. It was the Jews that killed Jesus. Okay. Whatever. All right. So now, but you have the Vatican still in Rome. So now Christianity split into two. Like it's splitting into two, right? You have your Western Christianity based out of Rome. And then you have your Eastern Christianity. I don't know if it's based out of Constantinople. But basically it's Eastern Orthodox Christianity. Christianity starts splitting up, right? It was just one church, and then it split into at least two. And then it splits more. Because at one point there were like two popes. One in Avalon and like I think is France, and one in Rome. So there are two churches, there are two popes for a while. And some I forget what happens first, but the printing press is invented. So people could read the Bible for themselves, and they didn't need a Bible. They didn't need They didn't need a priest. So this whole other, like, all these other versions of Christianity started springing up. Since everyone had access to the source code, everyone could make their own forks. And they did. And then over in England, one of the guys, one of the kings, was married to someone he didn't like, and he wanted to divorce her, and he couldn't do it under the church, under the Roman Catholic Church. So he made his own church. He made his own church where he said, "Oh, it's okay to divorce." And divorced his wife. He just made his own church. It's so funny. So yeah, Christianity has been like changing a lot. Like it's been like ever since the first guy came along, it changed a lot. There's this entire industry based upon it. And I just thought of that's funny. That's basically what happened when the printing press was invented. Christianity forked, and there were a lot of like the source code was made available to everyone, and they forked it, and they made a lot of different versions of it, flavors. And one flavor was Protestantism, and Max Weber. And Protestantism is very focused on the individual. So that's the difference, right? There's two people to think about. There's Max Weber in Germany, and there's Emile Durkheim in France. And they're both looking at religion, at Christianity, but different flavors. Emile Durkheim is looking at Catholicism. And Max Weber is looking at Protestantism. And they're both Christianity, but they're different flavors of it. And Emile Durkheim, what he notices is the social cohesiveness of that Catholicism brings to society. That society has this shared group of norms and values and stuff. And if you don't have that shared value, if you stray away from your little cluster of ideas, if you stray far away, you become lost. And that's called anome. He called it anome. And he's like, yeah. And so this social cohesiveness keeps the human like sane. Okay, I get it. And he's like, social facts. Oh, yeah. In contrast, Max Weber in Germany, he was looking at Protestants. And he was like, yeah, let's look at how the Protestants are very individualistic. It's very individual. And that the Protestants believe that no one knows who's going to go to heaven. But you can figure out who's favored by God by looking at the material wealth. So that if someone has a lot of material wealth, it probably means God is smiling upon them. So that means, you should listen to them. They have. And then they have the Protestant work ethic. So you know what? Here, let me stop talking about from my head and start like reading stuff from here. Understanding Max Weber's Iron Cage. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. So what he was getting at, what Max Weber is getting at, is that all these social ideas are not like how Durkheim says, which that provides structure that keep the human sane. In fact, it's the opposite. All these ideas are a cage. They keep the human confined. They train the human, condition the human's thoughts to be such that they cannot conceive of a world in any other fashion because of the traditions that they've been conditioned to uphold over and over and over again, so that they cannot possibly think any other differently. because that's the only way they've ever seen it, and that's the only way they can think. Not that's the only way possible, but that's the only way they can think. Right? It's not that it's not that the trapdoor isn't there. It's that the villager is programmed that way. It's the only way they can think. They can't do it any different. They're stuck in an iron cage of thought. It's not even a real cage. It's an iron cage. Like I could replace these walls with other not trapdoors, with carpet. And under the carpet, like have another piece of carpet, and under that carpet, another carpet attached to a solid block. And that arrangement of carpets, even though I can walk on it, the villager, he's breathing. Ha 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 ha. Even though I can walk on it, the villager won't be able to walk on it. So he'll be stuck by his conditioning, his programming, not be able to escape. Even though I can do it, he won't be able to do it. Even though I can walk on it and he can technically walk on it, he will not, because he has been conditioned that way. He's stuck. So here, let's go back to Max Weber. Max Weber, the iron cage. Pardon me. The iron cage is a concept proposed by the sociologist Max Weber, and one of its first references is seen as his well-known work, The Protestant Work Ethic, or Protestant Ethic and Spirit of Capitalism. However, the word was never used by him directly, as he always wrote in the German language. It was Talcott Parsons who coined the term in the 1930s when he translated Weber's work. Weber used this term to highlight the increasing rationalization intrinsic to social life under capitalism, especially in the Western capitalist societies. It shows how individuals are trapped in systems or organizations which run on the principles of efficiency, rationality, and control. The iron cage of rationality reflects the pressure that builds over us due to both others and ourselves to act and behave in certain ways. It is presented to us as if that is the only beneficial strategy for us. In modern Western societies, as organizations grow, they not only bring about changes in the relationships between the people working, but also the relationships they have with the organization, right? There's two sets of relationships with one another and with this thing above you in another level of analysis called the organization. Even though you can't touch it or feel it, it's a set of relationships. It's there. It's real. It's there. And you have a relationship to it. Even though you can't see it, it's there. Just like your relationship with God, right? Even though you can't see God directly and you have to have faith in all this stuff, it's there, right? You're just like your family. I can't physically touch your relationship that determines your family, but it's there. I can't touch it. Like, you can show me family and I'll see a bunch of people. I'm like, what? You show me a picture and I'll say, oh, look, a piece of paper with ink on it. What? But family is real, right? It's not something that's physical. Well, it's not a thing that I can hold, but it's a thing that's real. It exists on a higher level of analysis. It exists over time. And me being stuck in 3 dimensions right now, I can't touch it. Okay. But it's real. This relationship is real. Okay. So you have a relationship with this organization. These modern organizations are characterized by rules and regulations which govern the behavior of the people working in it. The people are required to show formal and impersonal behavior, and with the enlargement of these organizations, people alienated from each other. right? As I conform to the norms and expectations of the organization above me, my relations to another human are necessarily mitigated. Uh, Mitigation. Mediated. The organization comes between me and my fellow human. I am required to be impersonal and formal with my fellow human, and that removes humanity from one another. In order to conform to this organization above me. Do you see how this organization is dictating the way I behave and the way my human interactions and imposing a kind of iron cage upon my behaviors and my speech on my relation with another human? My relation to the organization has changed my relation to the human. Do you see that? Okay. It is said that the larger the institution, the more specialized the people working in it need to become. So you don't have general handymen so much anymore. You have HVAC guys and drywall guys and plumbers and electricians and you know and you don't have like clerical staff. You have IT and phone and professional relations and administration and like highly specialized. The more complex the organization, the more specialized the labor becomes and the tasks become, and the more alienated the humans become from one another. Because because their work becomes so specialized that they can't relate to one another anymore. Um, these features of modern organizations aim to achieve efficiency, which consequently propels the concept of iron cage. Weber, while explaining iron cage, says that modernization creates hedonists without heart and specialists without spirit. Many social theorists and researchers embrace Weber's idea about the iron cage. They believe that the development of capitalist production intensified the impact of this cage to shape and direct our thoughts and behavior. The new global system that arose due to capitalism, technological innovations, and industrialization are far from disintegrating in the near future. No, actually. As society will progress more and more, this abstract cage will become more rigid, ordered, systematic, and dehumanized. Social scientists are also engaged to find solutions to the problems arising due to the influence of the iron cage. How do you deal with the mass amounts of depression that arise from the alienation that Americans feel due to the hyper-capitalist world that they live in? Well, you drug them. That's why pharmaceutical industry is the number one industry, or like a super. This is the number one market for pharmaceutical industries, the United States market, because if your animals are stressed, you drug them, right? That's what they do to all the farm animals, like in cages. They drug them, right? That's what they do to humans. They drug them. If the humans are acting up, you drug them. So it's important to understand how the organization above you can control your mind with an iron cage, an invisible cage. How does that iron cage come down? How does this iron cage manifest? Do you want to see a manifestation of it? Homeless sweeps are when police come to a place where unhoused people have created a community, tear down what little home they have created, ransack their meager possessions, throw most of it away, often after destroying it in front of them, while insisting they're helping. We're helping you. And it's for real. They're not actually helping them. They take their stuff and throw it away. Oh, this is your stuff. We're throwing it away. And I know they do this because there was a painting that a homeless person, a houseless person had in Portland, and someone put a tracker on it. And they and the worker said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna house your stuff and keep it. We'll keep it safe for you until you get a home." And they tracked it. It went to a dump. It went to be thrown away. They didn't keep it. They went to throw it away. You know, this we are not dealing with our houseless problem. And look at the way we think about it. Look at the way the language they use. Homeless sweeps. What do you sweep away? Dirt, dust, debris, trash. You sweep it away. That conditions the way you think about the problem. It conditions the way you behave and you approach the problem. If what you're thinking about is trash, you're going to come at it a different way than if you think about it oh, look, these are houseless humans who don't have a place to live because our system is messed up through no fault of their own. And as a fellow human being, I ought to